Mike Gallagher.
Elaine Parker is Chief Communications Officer for Job Creators Network. I love telling you about this great organization, and I urge you to make sure joinjcn.com is on your radar. Elaine, welcome back. You guys are doing such a masterful job. You are really doing a yeoman's effort in holding President Biden accountable. You've been doing it since day one in office. I know many of us don't read the New York Times, but sadly a whole lot of people do. And to coincide with the State of the Union, Job Creators Network ran a full-page ad in the New York Times calling on Biden to secure the border. What kind of response did you get, Elaine, from the full-page ad?
Well, Mike, as you know, President Biden revoked the Trump-era border policies that secured our border. And so what we did with this ad was we basically provided the language of an executive order that would reinstate those policies. So if you taketh by executive order, you can also giveth by executive order. And so we did him the favor of drafting that because he does have the power to reinstate those Trump-era policies. And it's a cop-out to continue blaming Congress for not passing legislation on this. I mean, look what he's done with student loan bailouts. He's forgiven $140 billion in student loans in complete defiance of a Supreme Court order, all by executive order through illegal workarounds. He can certainly secure our borders. It would help, obviously, everyday Americans who are suffering under crime. It would help our tax dollars as well. And we're seeing an economic spillover into our communities that's hurting our small businesses. And our polling is showing that small businesses are starting to suffer as a result of crime in general, but that includes the migrant crime as well.
I think of JCN as the little engine that could. You guys are incredible in terms of your reach and the impact. You're fighting for small business owners every single day. You have successfully pushed back and exposed Biden on the disastrous border policies, the unlawful vaccine mandate, as you said, the absolute unconstitutional student loan bailout. I say this to you all the time, Elaine, but it must be a great feeling to be a part of such a great effort to hold these scoundrels, accountable for what they're doing to small business owners, because make no mistake, the border crisis directly impacts Main Street USA and small business owners north, south, east, and west.
Yeah, we're a small business advocacy organization. We fight for small business on economic policy and policies that help small businesses. Immigration is not something we would normally weigh in on, but our small business owners are being impacted by the spillover of the crime and the excess costs to their businesses as a result of migrant crime and crime in their cities as well from these woke DAs that don't enforce the laws. And so we're being kind of dragged into this conversation. And when we looked at it, we were like, I mean, he revoked policies that were working under the Trump administration and has done nothing for 3 years. And now we're in an election year, and then suddenly he's pointing to the Congress and saying you could do something. He's had the power all along. I mean, isn't that what Glinda the Good Witch in Wizard of Oz said? You've had the power all along. Do something. He can do it by executive order.
Elaine Parker's with us from Job Creators Network. Elaine, every single day I get to tell people to go to joinjcn.com to be a part of your efforts. Whether you work for a small business or you own a small business or you just support free enterprise and the American dream, can you tell us from a pragmatic standpoint how you can put everybody's voice to work? What's the practical implication of our audience going to joinjcn.com and joining the Job Creators Network, Job Creator Network team?
These small business owners are freedom fighters, and what we do is we work with them to amplify their voice. If they want to tell their story about their business on how a policy is impacting their business, whether it's crime or taxes or regulations, we can help them speak out in the media on shows like yours and TV and radio. We help them with testifying in Congress so that the people in Congress understand how their policies are directly impacting Main Street. Their voices are so important because the public trusts them. And so if somebody's interested and owns a small business or supports a small business, they can join us at joinjcn.com and join this fight with us because their voice is so important.
We need you now more than ever. And Elaine, all our best to Alfredo and everybody at your great team. It's such a joy to visit with you again. Keep fighting the good fight. Let's have a huge record-setting day of everybody going to joinjcn.com and support this great organization, Job Creators Network. Keep fighting the good fight, Elaine.
Thanks, Mike.